What's up, Jay?
What's up, V? How you doing today?
I am doing good. Welcome to OJT Talk. I've been waiting for you to come on. I'm so excited. But I want you to tell everybody just a little bit about yourself, and then I want to get in to the promoting that you do, how you do it, what you do, the cost. So first we'll start off with just tell everybody a little bit about Jay.
Okay, well, as I open up when I do my podcast, I am Jay Gamble, host of The Conversation with Jay Gamble, owner of Premier Promotions and Services LLC. So a lot that doesn't mean nothing, but to some it just might. I am myself. I'm a business owner, independent business owner of my own. I do marketing and promotions. I've done a lot of work with people over the years. I've went through some avenues of my own experience, and it gave me some insight on how to move and how to create better visions and better leads to following for other people. um, I'm just a guide to people, man. I'm not one for the highlights, but I'm definitely one of the strong arms in the background that goes unannounced. Um, so, I just like to work with people, bring people together, and whatever your vision is, my concept is your vision is my priority. So uh, that's what I do. And I also host a podcast, The Conversation with Jay Gamble. The concept is bringing the world together, one conversation at a time. Because we're in a time where we lose that sense of having direct conversation with each other because of social media and stuff like that. And I want to just always keep that grassroots uh, aspect in it, because it's important as I conduct business. I like to be face to face with people. So I also use that podcast to show people the face of who I am as a business owner. So when they get to meet me in that different light, they can already get a grasp of the type of person I am. And in the same, I create a good following behind that. So whatever product I promote, the people that follow my podcast and people that I support and promote will also follow you as well. So like a machine, it all works together. But that's me.
And
That's a guy.
just a side note, I think that is the perfect title for your podcast because please believe everybody, this dude, he will have a conversation if nothing is off the table. He will talk to you about any and everything. And that's what I like about him. One of the first things I noticed about him, he's just real. That's the best way to be. That's what I like. He's going to give you his honest opinion. And if he knows that he knows about something, he's going to share it. So that's the perfect title. I don't know how you came up with it, but I love it.
And I appreciate you first and foremost for saying that, Vonda. When we first linked up on the Philly Connect podcast, shout out to Shaw Reynolds, Dexter Matthews, and all of them.
Shout out Sharon Dex.
You know what I mean? I felt a good vibe, with our interaction, and so I was glad to get to have this opportunity for us to just sit here and exchange and share vibes because that's what it's about for me. That natural element of the connection and building on that. But one thing about me as a promoter, whatever I do, I always give credit. I'm always talking about people. That's how I became. That's what brought me to wanting to do promotion. I'm like, shoot, I tell people about stuff every day, all day. Why not make it a business? Right? That's another story. But the way that I got the name, I was at Columbus State. I said, okay, I got to take this podcasting serious because my first year I got some good pickups, and we'll go into that later too. I got some good pickups, so I said, okay, I need to go and understand how to better market it and things like that. Now, Columbus State didn't have a broadcasting school, but I already have 4 months experience at Ohio Broadcasting School, Ohio Media School.
Nice.
But I wanted to further it to make my podcast much better. I'm watching the Joe Buttons and the Drink Chants, and that's my, that's where I want to be at. And so these guys, they were in this computer lab, and I was telling they were doing arts and graphics. They were in that major. So I'm thinking maybe I can talk to them about getting a logo on the student side, make a cool little deal, whatever. And the guy asked me, he said, "So what's your podcast gonna be called?" At the time, it was called Real Life Radio. That was just the idea. So he said, "Hey, when you look at some of them other shows, it's always does something with the name in it." He says, "Try something like The Conversation." He said, "Because your name has a ring, Jay Gamble." And I said, "Listen, if I ever do something good with this show, you better remember the story because I'm going to tell it. And I want you to come for me because I owe you." And so that's how The Conversation with Jay Gamble came about. So shout out to that arts and graphics kid out there at Columbus State who gave me this idea. And we don't even know each other.
Nice. So when it comes to promoting for somebody, what is it exactly do you do? Do you promote as far as social media? Is there another way? What do you utilize to?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, Vonda. It's two things about it for me right now. It's what I do, and then this is what I want to do. It's
Okay.
what I'm doing, and then there's my goal. My goal is to have a platform and a forum that circulates support within support, which means every brand, every product, every person that I support and promote, buy from or whatever is doing the same within, that same circle, which will create kind of like an automatic pot for anybody that when I say, "Hey, check this product out or whatever," they already know, they got a set base that they can depend on. Kind of like I'm giving you a following.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's what I want to do, and that's when it would become in my mind a bigger idea of a company, of a business, more people involved, all the kinks and nooks and crannies. Right now, what I just do, I watch a lot of people, and I create my own platform with this podcast, and create my own kind of following in my own kind of ways. And when I see a product or somebody doing something, I attach it to that. So when I do a podcast or when I'm on this show or just on the page, I'll do a lot of shares and commentary behind it and things like that to bring it to the attention of people that I realize a lot of times on social media, most of your followers are just people on your page. And sometimes that's you never realize that, like, I'm getting all this feed and that's good, but these are just the people that have direct access to, you know what I'm saying? And maybe they showing love or whatever, but
that's why I like Twitter more than I like Facebook, because on Facebook, I am only interacting with people that I already know. They're people that I already know, or somebody in my circle or my family knows. Twitter, that's a whole nother ballgame. I'm interacting with people that I don't know. People are following me and I'm following people that I have never, ever met. So that's true about social media.
Now, the only thing about Twitter with me is that it's less organic. I love the opportunity because you can get a much broader following and pick up, some if some you catch someone's eye or whatever. But for me, the thing I like about Facebook, it is a little bit more direct, and you can get your feet wet a lot faster. So for me, what I do is while everybody's working on the business or their ideas, I'm out creating waves and buzzes and connections and networks with people of all types of sorts, which is why my page is called on Facebook Open Table.
Gotcha.
Open Table. It's everybody can eat here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just a chef. You know what I'm saying? So there are times when people on my page are on my page just because I see they have a business and I see they trying to do their thing, and I'm like, hey, my last live did, 1.5, 1,500. I'm gonna share that in that 1,500 crowd of people,
right?
And maybe 100 people check you out. But so for me right now, it's nothing that I can really pinpoint and say I did this, I do that. But people know, I'm just a
You
person
putting
that
in the
just
work.
supports. Yeah, I'm putting in a whole lot of work, and soon I would like to get a group of people and share this vision and hear the ideas and sit down as I talk to you. I really want to get some kind of network thing going on where, because this thing here for me is about using the voice, to exercise the message to further inspire and encourage, where I feel fit for me. I don't know about everybody else, but um, it's definitely not just a like or a follow or a share type thing for me. So,
Okay.
uh, and in that we promote, but everything is organic, like I say. So, I'm not
That's
going
awesome.
to, I'm not creating this platform. I tell a lot of my people, I'm not promoting rap albums or artist albums or parties. This isn't that. When you hear promotions, that's the cliche idea people think.
Yeah.
Oh, you do music or you do, and that's cool. I'm like, no, I'm trying to find people that's trying to elevate their business or a movement. You know what I mean, for something that's good for right now, but greater for later. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And uh, like I said, who am I? But that's just my vision, and all right, until I get there, I'm gonna keep putting the work in.
I love it. I love it. So before I don't, did you want to talk about prices or anything or not yet? You want to save that for another episode?
You know what? To be honest, prices are always contingent. Right now, it's very hard to put a price on something that a lot of people will feel like, oh well, I can just share this myself. I'm going through that now.
Okay.
A lot of people, yeah, a lot of people is like, well, what would I pay you for? And I'm like, I'll sit back and watch and say, okay, I'll see how can I say this? I see how they try to word things and it's really not catchy. I see how it goes from 65 likes to 3 likes and it's just their families or whatever. But to each his own. I respect it because it's social media.
Yeah.
Hitting the share button is free, but so for me, prices is more like if I go to an event, if they want me to capture the moments, I can create a nice little video reel for them, go live and try to bring my crowd in and bring some attention if it's like a pop-up shop or something like that. But, for me, Jay Gamble, honestly, I like to make sure that it works for both sides. So for me, having a set price is not my style right now because I'm still earning my keep.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I will work with anybody for whatever, as long as we can both understand and respect the time. You know what I mean? That we both putting in this, and just know if you come to me, I'm gonna give you 1,000,000% off the top. You ain't gotta negotiate that. For anybody listen, just know if you ever come to me for any promotion, any marketing, any ideas, any networking, any of that, I'm giving you 1,000,000% before we even speak. And from that point forward, it's whatever we gotta do to get it done.
You heard it here first, folks. So, Jay, before we wrap up, of course, you're on Oh Just Talk. Just like you, nothing is off the table here. We talk about any and everything. So, kind of along the lines, a little bit about what we were talking about. Why don't minority business owners support each other as much as other people show support? Why do you think? I mean, and I know this is just an opinion, folks, and my opinion is they don't. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
To be honest, I'm not gonna. It's not crabs in a barrel. It's not that.
I've
But
heard
the
that a lot of
concept is
people will
similar.
say that. Yeah.
But when they say that, they have to add the asterisk to it because we are an asterisk. Like, I don't want nobody trying to add me in the comments. I got my.
Hey, don't at Jay. Don't add him on my show.
I thought they can add me all they want. I'm ready. I'm ready. Um, but because you're talking about black businesses, and we're not talking about businesses. So when you attach the word black to it, you also have to associate the struggle that comes with it, the
Mm-hmm.
hardship that comes with it, and all that entails for a a a black business to be a black, what I'm saying, a operating, thriving black business.
Right.
So, I don't know an exact answer, but um, I think it's coming around. I've seen some groups, shout out to Columbus Black Owned Business Group. She done went from, 100 people to almost 60,000 members. And it's
Awesome.
all, Columbus and Ohio Black owned businesses and stuff. But the thing is, I think for a lot of people starting from the bottom, it's hard to get those startup funds. So a lot of people are starting from the bottom with all they have. So the prices are astronomical. And then when you get common
Mm.
people comparing it to the general market, you
Yeah.
gotta remember that too. A lot of black business customers are comparing the prices to a market that's already established, that's a corporation or something like that. And so when you got to battle with that, it's hard enough to maintain your business, let alone go support another one. I mean, yeah, you get those that people that hey, we're gonna support each other and that's how we're gonna rock. But at the same time, in general, I think it just gets so tough sometimes. It's like, look, I got to make sure that what I got over here is going. And then sometimes it's like, we still, as black people, we still look for the hookup. Even as business owners, and so
Yeah.
it kind of sways a person. It kind of sways a
Yes.
person to say, "I just rather not deal with. I'll just keep it this way." And then, that's another percentage of people they probably lost. But it's all in the midst of, like I said, it's all in the midst of them all trying to climb their way up. I'm gonna say that respectfully, and it's kind of like, right now it's kind of hard for me to put. I got to make sure I'm all the way where I need to be first before I put anything into this. When we talking about a business, when you talking about a job, and I just think it's, something we got to just keep working on. But I see a good job of people doing it. That's what I try to do a lot and incorporate and inspire. But we got to get some black businesses that's to that point that they can actually pull other businesses up too.
And okay, this is my last question. Do you think that the majority of small business owners or people trying to start their own thing, do you think they work as hard and put as much time and energy into themselves as they do working for somebody when somebody else is writing their paycheck?
I like to say 70-30, yes,
That's high.
because I mean, I'm just thinking practical. I could be wrong. Anyone that want to disagree, we in the comments, we can talk about it. But when all you have to do is just get up and show up, you know, sometimes it's easier to just go with that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, sometimes you gotta just go with what counts. Like an artist. An artist can, they can freestyle and sing and hum all they want, but when it comes time to drop that record, you know what I mean? They gotta go with what they know is going.
Right.
When they go live, when they're on that show, ain't no time to be trying to show what kind of skill you got off the top of the head. You gotta give them something, presentable. Uh, and so I think I think that has a big part to do with it. Um, I don't know, Vonda. It's just so many things that's tied into that.
Gotcha.
So much.
Because I see people, some people, and I'm talking about people that I know personally, that where I'm just like, you could be doing so much better than what you are if you just put forth a little bit of effort. put forth a little bit of effort. If somebody else is signing your paycheck, you're going to be on time. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to just continuously put off stuff, and you're going to show up, you're going to get your paycheck. But when it's something that you've created and you've put money into, why keep putting it on the back burner? Why not put in that same effort for yourself? Why not give yourself the same energy, love that you do for somebody else's business? That's how I look at it. So I don't know. What do you think? Am I wrong?
I think no. I agree with you. I think the threat and the comfort and security that comes with that, because when you're talking about working for somebody, you're not in control, right?
Right.
But what you put into it is what you hope to get out of it, which is a good paycheck. Whatever the wage is, you expect those 80 hours to be there, and that maintains your household, or even funds your dreams. Whatever it is, if I just show up there on time, do this till this time, and go home, this is what I'm gonna make.
Right.
And it's hard a lot of times to pull people, especially when it gets rocky, when you're talking about independence, because to be fully comfortable with independence, you gotta almost feel like you're as equivalent as, going the corporate way. You know what I mean? And that takes some time. And we hear that all the time. If you put as much effort into yourself as you put in anything else, you be a millionaire. A part of that is true.
True.
A part of that is
true. A part of that is true.
But I think eventually you will be successful as you would want to be if you put that work in. But in that also comes the pull and tug of exhausting resources, trying to find support, doing things, that independent thing is really exhausting. So when you factor that in, sometimes people say, you know what, it's like running a marathon and catching the bus. Like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm gonna just get on this bus. I ain't gotta prove to y'all I can win this race. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. It just depends. And sometimes if we don't have something in front of us to let us know it's reachable, it's just an idea. And when things don't work, those things start to become more rational in your mind. Like, this is just a thought. Because the hardest thing is to stay committed. Because an idea or a dream, you can stop and quit on that any day. It's not there. It's nothing to hold accountable but yourself.
True.
Don't nobody see it. It's not gonna take away from your bills. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna lose friends. You might lose a sense of self, but it's easy to walk away from a dream.
That's
you
true.
You don't gotta tell nobody.
You're right. That's true.
You know what I mean? And with a job, if I don't show up 2 days in a row, a no call, no show, I'm gonna get fired.
That's it.
So I think that kind of plays into it subconsciously with a lot of us, because I do it myself. I should be doing a whole lot more, and sometimes I sleep around. I'm like, I'm gonna link up with some people tomorrow. I'm gonna email some people tomorrow. I'm gonna do, and I'm like because I can. Because I can. I know in time when I get to it, we're gonna get to something. But at the same time, if I was like, man, if I don't do this, then I ain't gonna have this.
Right.
Then I would feel it, but it's still hypothetical. It's still hypothetical until it actually starts to, play into actuality.
Gotcha. So, all right, it's time to wrap up, you guys. This went by fast. So, Jay, please let everybody know where they can find you.
I ain't working for nobody else.
Hello.
Not at nobody's job. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you. As soon as I walk into an interview, I'll be ready to leave in 3 minutes. They ask too many questions. I filled out the application. Then I uploaded the resume, and you asked me the same job on the resume to test, and then when I get to the job, like, tell me about such and such job. I filled it out. What would tell you?
You
So that make
are,
me sick, Vonda.
you are hilarious. All right. Let everybody know where they can find you at and follow you.
Y'all can always catch me on YouTube. I'm getting ready to edit and update a lot more content. The conversation with Jay Gamble. You can mainly catch me on Facebook, Open Table, simple and plain. Open Table. There's two. There's an Open Table. There's like a diner. That's not. Just go over to the People's tab and you will see my page. I'm on IG. Talk to him 82. TALK the number 2 EM the number 82. You can also email me for any business ideas or propositions or any of that nature. That's Premierepromollc at gmail.com. PREMIEREPROMOLLC at gmail.com.
Nice. And
I
I'll
do that
make
in my
sure
podcast. I feel like I'll be about to back.
and I'll make sure that all of this is in the description of the video, you guys. So, and of course, I'm Vonda. You can find me on all social media outlets at Vonda or at Just Talk. Remember, the comeback is always greater than the setback. If you want to check out my merch, you can go to ojusttalk.com or you can go to ojusttalk.net, either one. So, Jay, I hope that you will give me the honor of coming back on so we can get into some nice conversations. So I can't wait for that. And
so much more.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Stay safe. I'll see you all next time. Bye.